it was a bit of a miracle that they were able to actually qualify in the first place. So for that reason, you know, I give them a lot of props because the guys who did play did very well. But we have Dragunov, Lowell, Mixwell, and Alex, I believe, playing for the Spanish, and Torp, Dragunov, and Mixwell all play for GG Bots. I think Lowell at the moment is playing for Overgaming, and Alex playing for Epsilon. But they are missing some kind of well-known Spanish players like Musambani. They've got another AWPer. I keep forgetting his name. I keep thinking Wizards, but that's probably the team that he used to play for. Musambani, you guys probably remind me on the chat. I can't remember his name. But we're currently waiting for the plays to hop. I'm very sorry about the little delay. Neil's saying, I can do the first game with you if you need, but I have to leave in 3 hours. Okay, hop on, my friend. All right, that's great news, Neil. Thanks for telling me that you can just make it. Anyway, just a quick reminder, guys. You can go and buy your favorite national jerseys. We're going to have the jerseys of all the qualified teams on e-frag.net shop. No, sorry, shop.e-frag.net. Let's hop on to TeamSpeak so we can meet up with Mr. Neil, so he can join us. We can have some color commentary. Oh, we're in a... Okay. All right, so some weird TeamSpeak. Remember yesterday we switched... Just for those who have joined us for the last, I don't know how long, if you can remember that... you know, he's not got the best mic quality, even though he just bought like a $300. He got a $300 headset from Infused. He's playing for Infused at the moment. And what's the password? I'll hop on it, no problem. And basically, he still sounded like absolute crap. He sounded horrible. So we went to another TeamSpeak, and all of a sudden he sounds like an angel, which is pretty incredible. Esport gaming odds, 4.33 for Spain, 1.15. They're not giving them a lot of, well, you guys that are over at Esport Gaming are not giving them a lot of credit. 4.33 are pretty bad odds for Spain, or pretty good if you want to bet on Spain. You can make a lot of money. But you check out esportgaming.com, use the TWC, I think it's TWC referral code, and if you go to g2a.com, you can use eFrag TWC. So, oh, awesome, the password, he's given it to us, and it is disgusting. Nice. That's such a, I wouldn't say British thing to do, but people who speak English, it's such an English thing to do. Hey, Neil, you there?
Yo, yeah, 1 second, I'm just moving you.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, we're in Amy's boutique.
Go.
Awesome, that's great. How you doing, Neil? It's nice to have you, man. You just disappeared off. I don't know, man. I was having a nap, and I wake up, and Ian tells me he can't make it, and I was like, oh.
No, I have to go to a LAN tomorrow, but I'm staying with like a friend's house and stuff tonight, so I've got to be working tomorrow, but I'll sort it out. But yeah, well, I'm just gonna hop on the server here. But yeah,
understandable, Neil. Are you excited? Are you excited for these games?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a pity that Denmark can't. The whole news. I don't know if the stream knows what's happening to Denmark, but that's a pity. But yeah, this should be a great game.
Yeah, Denmark basically can't get a lineup for the LAN finals due to everyone going to this Danish LAN, which is a shame, man. It's weird. Like, I don't know, priorities. I don't know. Some people's priorities are a bit off.
Just schedules and stuff like that. So many LANs and so many like practice games probably.
Yeah, at the same time.
Probably want to have the best team possible.
That's the thing, because there's not a structured setup between clubs and national teams. Like, for example, in football, there are like deals between clubs and national teams. When they get called up, they go and play. They don't have club matches at the same time. But now it's the beginning of this kind of dynamic between nation teams and club teams. So some clubs still like, you know, they're the ones who've written the contract. They're basically the breadwinners for the players. So they decide what happens. And if they tell the players, right, you're going to this LAN, then there's nothing much that the players can do about it, which is a shame. However, it's not an issue because they were playing against the Netherlands. That would have been a fantastic match to watch. I think Chris J would have gone absolutely ham. But I would have probably given Denmark the edge on that, especially if they played with a couple of TSM guys in that lineup. Anyway, though, it's cash, Neil. It's cash. Germany versus Spain. It's just about to start with the knife round. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win?
We're actually live.
Oh, straight away on the pistol round? Oh, yeah, because it's a best of three. Yeah, no. I think it's a map pick. Spain picked the map, so Germany will be starting off on the CT side.
Okay.
We've got 3 armors here, Tony, Nex, and Dennis, 2 utility players, and it's a good start as Mixwell goes down. And you remember watching the Spanish guys in, I think it was Group B, during our broadcast at the beginning, and I remember you were mentioning that they weren't able to play with their best players.
Yeah, and today, it's not, like, I don't see Kari or Muzaman 1 or anything like that playing, when they seem to be a lot better when we casted 3 of the games and they got destroyed, and then they had a good lineup and they won their 2 games the next day and got through. So yeah, as you can see here, Germany are just plowing through the Spanish opposition, and that's going to be an easy round for them. But yeah, Kari, Flippin, Muzaman.
That's it, Flippin. He's the guy who's trying to remember. Yeah. A couple of the guys that we know for being the best players in the Spanish scene are not playing, but maybe they believe that this is a better lineup. I mean, 3 of these players play together for GG Bots, Dragunov Top and Mixwell. Alex plays for...
We got Alex and Lil.
Lil plays for Overgaming.
Yeah.
Alex plays for Epsilon. But either way, this could be the best lineup that they thought they could offer. I mean, it's a lot a lot at stake.
Awesome player. Don't take anything away from him. He's really good, to be honest. So
I think Dragunov has been a decent AWPer as well during this tournament. I was quite impressed by his play. But we'll see what will happen. They just lost the pistol round. It was a nice kind of save. They lost 2 players. They're still able to get the bomb plant. It was good CT smoke. Godby played it smart, though. Played it safe. Stayed back, waiting for his teammates, then played for the retake. It's going to be a very fast push towards the A site. And Spain on a full eco, getting the 2 entries and getting the bomb planted. Not too good. They're going to be able to pick up 2 weapons as well. And it's an SMG buy here from Germany for this round, racking up the money, knowing that they're going to be on a full eco due to the fact that they've planted the bomb and that they'll be going for a full buy in the 3rd round. Alex picking up a frag, taking down Nex. Searching for more as he takes down Godby, the in-game leader for Mouse Sports, and it's just Tony. And what a fantastic turn of events here for Spain, picking up the eco round fully. What was that, Neil? Are they just not focusing?
I don't think that Spain were expecting to win that round. They just fully ecoed to go for the 3rd round buy, but Alex picking up a 4-piece there, so just great individual skill, that P250, and that's really shocked Germany. I'm guessing that Godby won't be happy about that after just unexpectedly losing that round. And they're going for the 4th buy back here. I'm not sure if this is the right decision, to be honest.
Well, they're trying to break...
3 of them actually got a bit of money, actually.
They're trying to break the economy for Spain at the same time. And also, I think they're very confident, the Germans here, against the Spanish. But they can't be too overconfident. They can't underestimate the Spanish players. That's when the game will be in God's hands. Then they won't really have much of a say of things. If they underestimate Spain and Spain gets the machine going, then this best of 3 could be anyone's match. However, on paper, though, Neil, Germany should get this.
Yeah, they should get this. They've obviously got 3 of the Mouse Sports players, and Dennis next, and Godby, and then we've got Tony, who plays for not Killerfish. I think he plays for Planet Key now or something like that. So yeah, he's a strong player as well. And Cyrus, the ex alternate attacks player, plays for Planet Key as well now, I think. So yeah, good lineup here for Germany, to be honest.
Spain are able to get entry towards the B site, dropping Dennis. Next, though, has an AK-47, and he's alive with Godby. There's still an opportunity for them. At this stage, do you think they should go for it, or just try and save up?
Godby's too far away. I don't think he's even going to bother, to be honest. And I think they've got no kits between the 2 of them, so they probably will end up saving, which they are deciding to do.
Well, if they are able to save the weapons, then they'll have something to play with for the next round. And they just lost one, so they're getting 1.7. I think it's not a lot of money. However,
1.7.
They can get they'll be able to buy FAMASs for the other guys. Godby can get some armor, and it won't be bad. They'll still have a nice buy for the 3rd round.
They'll have probably 4 guns here, to be honest. They'll probably have Nex and Godby dropping an M4 to Sayasan and Dennis, and probably Tony buying a FAMAS here. So it will be a good buy here for Germany.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they won't have a utility if they go for a buy now.
No, they've decided to go safe here, and that's a good decision, I guess. To just keep their money up so they can get a proper buy-in. Yeah, and not a bad buy with 5.7 armor and 2 guns here, so not the worst of buys.
Yeah, they've just balanced the money on Godby and Next. They've bought a bit of utility, and I think they got a 5.7 for Tony. I don't know, maybe he bought it. Either way, Thyreson going super aggressive at Squeaky, but Top is ready for him. He's not going to be outsmarted by that. Next, holding mid, checking boost. Dragunov, though, the AWPer now playing for the Spanish side. Doing a good job getting that frag, and they've still got the MP7 on Mixwell, so he's looking to rack up some money at the same time, probably be the fodder for the Spanish side. But already 3 players down for Germany. It's looking pretty good for Spain on the T side. Now, Neil, how many rounds are they expected to really pick up on the T side of Cash?
Well, we've seen a lot from a lot of the casting that we've done. It's been a lot terrorist kind of side, so it's kind of different. This kind of style than to proper like team like envious kind of style. So probably Spain are looking to get at least 7 rounds, I'd say, to be quite happy. 8 rounds to be pretty happy as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be about 8-7 kind of half, I reckon, in my opinion. Spain will be extremely happy if they get over 8 or more rounds.
We'll see what will happen, though. Full buy for both teams, though, with the AWP on Tony. And it's different. I mean, Godby's he's not got the same machinery that he's usually working with. He doesn't have Chris Shea and Nico, but still has Nex and Dennis. Nex is a really, really explosive player. I do remember his performance in APM and in other tournaments was absolutely fantastic. He was a beast, absolute beast. So he can be the game changer for Germany, but still early days yet, and we've not really seen much of him. And looking at the scores, just 4 kills on Tony. The rest of the team around 3, 2, and 1. Mixwell holding mid, and you can see the CT side for Godby at the moment is relatively aggressive. And Dragunov's going to completely faff that shot. That would have been a great opening for the Spanish. Instead,
he tagged Godby there, though, 37 HP. So
oh, he did. He
not
did.
Not that bad.
Yeah, I didn't see that. That's a nice Molotov that was thrown by the T's. I don't know where they threw it from, but it forced Nex out of position. However, by forcing him out of position, it was like forcing a line out of his den. He got a frag straight away on Alex and does a lot of damage on Dragunov, forcing the T's back in the CTs, and they're taking the opportunity to push forward. It might be a mistake here. Tony takes down Dragunov, though. Lowell drops down from the vents, makes short work of Tony, and there's a low health Godby over at CT, who's probably not going to be able to do much. Mixwell fires through the smoke, takes him out, and the bomb's going to be planted on the B site. So Saracen and Dennis is now in the no, there's no CT smoke. They didn't throw the CT smoke. It's just Saracen. After Dennis was shot down at the vents, finds Lowell. He's got a 1 versus 2. Oh, he gets the 2nd kill, but not the 3rd. That was very close for Spain. Nice aim from Saracen. I've not seen this player before. Not at all. I've not actually watched him. He plays for Planet Key, I think. If
yeah,
I'm
he
not
does.
wrong.
He played a few games for Spain in the group stage, and he's always been a good player, to be honest. He used to play for Alternate as well. But yeah, that was a lovely little quick headshot onto the Spanish player there. And unlucky not to pick up that round, but yeah, good play by Spain there to pick up that 4-1 already. Mixwell there picking up onto Dennis. A good start to this round as well.
Yeah, it's a fast B Halls push here from the Germans, but the terrorists are ready for it. They just take them out quite easily. It's interesting that a couple of them bought armor as well. However, they could afford that, and they can go for a full buy now, regardless, due to the fact that they have the loser bonus, and also because they had a bit of money in the bank already. Up once more on Tony and full utility, but it looks like Spain have got the magic. They've got the potion, the antidote for the German CT side at the moment.
Yeah, indeed, 5-1 off, and that's it. This is a really, really good start for Spain. On the probably mentally, you think it's the CT kind of side of the map, but Mixwell again picking off then a 2nd round in a row. He's done that now, but Nex evening it up here.
Yeah, it's a good return by Nex, but he's not able to get out of his position. He's completely smoked off, have to back away. Godby's peeking in vents, and he just wants to get that trade, but he's unable to. The Spanish aim is just too strong at the moment, and they're winning all those 1v1s throughout the map, and it's making it very difficult for the Germans to do much. Saracen, though, with the flank, he might be able to catch Alex here over the boost spot. He takes him out, but he's on his own in a 1 versus 3, and I think he's probably going to try and save that M4. Seems unlikely that he can do much with the way it is. They've got the bomb planted in the B site. He's on his own. Best case scenario, he'll probably die, but seems like he's going for it because they don't have enough rounds. Top will take him out, though, and that's 6-1 for Spain.
Yeah, nice play there by Alex, to be honest, on the boost, getting 2 important picks on the vent. And the vent player and the middle player to really open up that round and make it 2v4 and an easy round for Spain again. 6-1 already.
Yeah, we can take a look at the Spanish matches. They lost against France 16-5. They lost against Ukraine by default. Hungary 16-5. But they did beat the Netherlands 16-9, and that was with a different lineup than their Hungarian and France matches. So there is a lot of potential on the Spanish side, and they've got quite a deep kind of player pool. They've got a lot of players to choose from. There's a lot of active Spanish players.
Yeah, they picked 15, the maximum amount of players that you could pick, and they actually have 15 players in their lineup. So yeah, a lot of strong players on there, to be honest.
Now getting ready to push towards the A site. Again, it's an eco by Germany. They're not forced. Well, you can call it off. It's not really a force. It's just armor pistol eco. Their economy's been pretty good, Germany, even though they've lost. Well, they're getting the 3.4K, but they've not fallen into the trap of just forcing it up with FAMASs. They've taken it easy and they've ecoed a couple of rounds. So they've had 2 or 3 full buy rounds. Mixwell finds an entry on SyrsoN over at mid. They tried to push towards the A side. Dragunov will find 2 entries. And there you have it, Spain making it 7-1. So very strong performance. Look at that, esportgaming.com odds, 4.33 for Spain. I mean, what do you say about that? Would you put it at those kind of odds?
I would say probably about 75 to 25%. So probably you get more value for your money on Spain here with 4.33. So just lounge odds are 86 to 14, I think, in favour of Germany. So yeah, it's a good value bet on Spain, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've got a full buy double op set up here by Germany. Don't know if the Spanish aren't going to be expecting that. Tony, though, will pick up the first frag. Mixwell trades weapons by taking Dragunov's AWP. Dennis will be holding mid with the AWP here, and he's quite out in the open. He's got his teammate checking main. Now he switches his crosshair down as the smoke dissipates. He'll renew it and take a look at boost. It seems like the terrorists are kind of constricted with their movements at the moment, really forced into this little bubble. And this time around, you don't see SyrsoN going for that squeaky information. Even though they've picked up 2 frags now, they've got the 2-man advantage. They just need to play it simple, passive, and just hold their positions.
Yeah, just a good start to round. Germany breaking that momentum of Spain to probably, hopefully, secure this round, to be honest. 3v5, I can't see losing this.
I think Spain have the right idea here by just forcing themselves on towards the B site. There's one person dropping down. They've heard him go through the vents. Nex is completely flashed, but he can see enough as he takes down Laurel and Alex. And Germany will pick up their second round. 7-2. There's still hope. I've seen a lot of comebacks on the CT side on Cash when you build up momentum and you lock down the sites. And I have a feeling that double op gives them a bit of extra confidence, both at mid and at the B site. And Tony did a really good job getting those first picks as they tried to pressure the B site. And it's all about really landing your shots and winning those 1v1s at the moment.
Yeah, he gave him a strong position to win that round by getting them opening 2 picks. So good start for a little comeback for Germany here. They need to try and get some rounds on the board, stabilise their economy, get at least 6 rounds, I reckon. Again, Open is doing well here with Dennis this time picking up low.
Yeah, they've really switched around their positions. They've put SyrsoN at mid, while Dennis will be playing the B side, the A side, sorry, with the AWP. SyrsoN now right next to the counter boost spawn, as I like to call it, and Spain are going to be going for mid control. He's got support though from Nex and also from Gombi, who's getting boosted up on top. He picks up the first one. There's a lot of damage on Dragunov, and he gets another frag. Syrson's not had a bad game so far, and that's a very, very important couple of kills. Huge damage dealt on the Spanish side, and that mid control completely stopped in its tracks, even though they lost Nex just a couple of moments before.
Yeah, good work here. SyrsoN with a decent 2-man here, and as you can see, the HBs on Spain have got absolutely nothing. They're just sticking together here, hopefully trying to pick one of the German guys off guard to even this up to 2v2.
There's still I mean, these 2 players are still very, very dangerous. The bomb's down though, which is...
Alex there through the wood onto SyrsoN, but they've only got 10 seconds here. They've got to be fast.
Oh, he just needs to hide now. He has to hide, Gobbi. He's playing it smart. He's staying in the corner. They're going for him. 6 seconds left on the clock. Will he be able to survive?
Look left, Alex. Look left.
Oh, he's still alive! He's not shooting them! And he kills them after the timer as well! Poor Dragunov. No money for him for the next round. And Gobbi, he played it smart, I guess, because you never know. In those last couple of seconds, even if he fired those shots and killed him, there might have been a return frag straight away. He knew there were 2 players left. And the Spanish, all they had to do was look right. That's all.
Yeah. Both players, well, the first player had to look to his left, the other player had to look to the right, and they checked everywhere but the position Gobbi was in. It's mental.
Everyone's just saying fuck. Everyone's remembering the Intel Extreme Masters moment with
I thought you were
Gobbi.
going to say Existence.
Oh, that as well. Yeah. Have you seen the video, the YouTube version of that? I loved it.
Seen it last
I loved how you could see all the points of views of the different players. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's mental, man.
Zersen's just jumping up and down. This is a pretty standard spot. I see a Happy do. I think Happy was one of the first people who loved to do this. And oh my goodness, good night. Dragunov with the entry. Lowell takes down next. And looking at the point of view of Germany, that looked absolutely brutal. Gobby just jumping straight in towards the site, and he's trying to force himself to the forklift, using that smoke really, really well. Dragunov knows exactly where Gobby is, and he's going to be able to take him out as well. This Oppa has not had a bad game either. That's a good nade. Another frag for Dragunov. He's on 3. Dennis tries to go through the smoke.
Jeez, that was unbelievable by Dragunov.
That was just absolute massacre by Spain on the A site. Germany were not ready for that, and their economy completely reset.
Yeah, I was just going to say, actually, yeah, look at that money, man. They're absolutely screwed for money now. They're not going to be able to get an AWP for at least 2 rounds here, to be honest. And Spain are looking very, very strong. Dragunov is doing awesome work with that AWP. 15 frags already. Not far behind is Lowell on 10, and Alex on 10 as well, so great play here by Spain. They're really looking very strong here.
Yep, and Germany threw away that momentum that they just started to build with not a very good hold of the A site. And it just started off with Sirison jumping up and down, expecting that he won't get shot by Dragunov. And again, they're underestimating how good the aim of the Spanish players are.
Yeah, indeed. I think this is Spain's match point, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Look at Lowell picking off. Easy
Fantastic.
picking for him, mate. Jeez.
Absolutely. Wonderful triple kill there by Lowell, but it's an anti-eco. Expect them to take this up. And I'm just going to take a quick look at the scores here. 15-5 Dragunov, 15-6 Lowell. Alex.
I see an ace. He just picked up that round as well.
Oh, was it an ace?
Nice little ace for Lowell.
Easy peasy.
Even though they're on eco, it's nice to always say you got an ace in it, really.
It builds confidence, though, doesn't it, Neil?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, even if it's an ace on an anti-eco, it still builds a lot of confidence. It's still early days. It's a best of 3. Germany have another map, and if they win that, they'll have 2 maps. I was mentioning earlier. I mean, Dragunov was very solid in the group stage in the couple of games that he played, and I expected him to be quite a moving force, but I didn't know that he'll be this good. And even though he's top fragging, sometimes you top frag, like Lowell, for example, by getting an ace on an anti-eco. But all of his kills have been really important, Dragunov. Very, very important kills. Game changers, if you want to call it that. Next here from Mousebox, still alive. Picks up 2 frags with that 5-7. And it's not enough, as Spain will pick yet another round and make it 10-3. 2 rounds left in this half. We have a full buy from Germany. No AWP, though. And that double AWP was the first kind of glimmer of hope for the Germans that allowed them to get those 2 rounds. And I don't know if just with rifles, if they could do it with just with rifles.
Yeah, they're really struggling now to get rounds on the board. No AWP, as you said, they double eco and still can't afford an AWP. So Spain have really destroyed Germany in this half so far. And if they get 12-3, I'm pretty much convinced that Spain will get a 1-map advantage here. But you never know if Germany get these last 2 rounds. It's not the worst of halves, but they obviously didn't expect to lose 10-5 if that happens.
Yeah, and I mean, if Germany do have a very strong T-side, it just tells you how T-sided this game is starting to get, especially during this World Championships.
And look again, Spain on the upper hand here getting the pick again. We just see time and time again that Spain gets the upper hand, the opening pick. And Dragunov with that AWP going to work again on to next.
That's fantastic play with the Molotov, but Dennis returns with 2 as they try to force themselves on the A side. Gobby here to support and needs to check short because there is somebody hiding there. Oh, he's not going to check under him.
Mixwell, what?
Oh, he just hits him. That is far too easy for Mixwell. He throws a nade. There's Dennis pushing forward, and Dennis is not going to have an opportunity to do much either. It's just Tony on his own. And he's going to go and try and hold a spot at the truck. I think he's just playing for exit frags. Alex tries to take him out. And now in a 1 versus 2, I mean, if he's got some, I was just going to say, if he's got some balls, he would have been able to he would have gone for it, but he's not even given an opportunity to make that decision. Shot down immediately, and Germany for the final round of this half with not a very good buy whatsoever.
Yeah, money in tatters. See the Eagles 5-7s, Mag 7s. Across the board here for Germany, desperately wanting to try and get this round to give them any chance going into this terrorist half. And Spain, again, as I said, looking very, very strong.
Very exciting turn of events during this map. We didn't expect this, you guys definitely didn't expect it to be this close. Remember, after this best of 3, we have Norway versus Portugal. You can also watch Sweden versus Kazakhstan on eFrag TV 2 with Blues commentary over on that channel. Thanks for coming, by the way, Neil. Really appreciate it, man. It's nice to have you.
Well, you'd be stuck here on your lonesome for 5 hours then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, what would people do just listening to my voice? They'd go crazy. Lower the entry.
Again, though, Spain, I was going to say, opening up the round here and seen it so much, haven't we? It's just great performance so far, but Saracen does pick up Lel to even things up.
Well, Saracen gets an AK-47 though, not bad. And one thing I wanted to... Oh, God, B. He's playing it nice and sneaky beaky. Pops up from behind. Oh, will it be the third? Yes. But Alex gets the return almost immediately. Next goes down. Saracen's still alive, so there is a 1 versus 1. He knows exactly where he's coming from. 25 seconds left on the clock. He knows where the bomb is as well. Saracen has an opportunity to take this. He peeks. Will he win the 1 versus 1? He doesn't. Alex will end up clutching the round, and Spain will end the first half 12-3. Now, one thing, Neil, that I've noticed is that Germany, not only are they underestimating Spain, but they're playing in a super aggressive fashion. Like, they're kind of trying to play no respect with aim that isn't as good as the Spanish aim at the moment. And when you do that, you're going to get demolished. You're going to lose every single entry. You're going to lose every single first kill. And they needed to play a bit more passive, a bit more tactical, which is interesting because you'd assume God B would be making that kind of call.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of ecos by Germany as well. I think God B playing very like careful, you know, like not going for force kind of buys and stuff. And I think that's actually really cost them because it gave Spain a lot of money on their back. Even after losing 2 rounds, they were still able to like buy up and stuff. They had a lot of money behind them. So yeah, kind of too careful kind of players cost them. And then the aggressive play. But look at Dennis here coming out with an open frag, opening up that A bomb site there to give Germany the A bomb site. Get this bomb down pretty quickly. It's going to be extremely hard for Spain to retake this year.
Yep, very good start for Germany. Dennis and Mousesports play getting those 2 entries. Picking up the USB. And you've got the Super Soldier on next as well. He's been dropped to Tech 9 by Godby and bought himself some armor. They just need to hold the site, but Dragunov, oof, he's just going to take him out far too easily. Tony there in main though, picking up a frag with the Glock. And it's 2 on 4. And it looks like Lowell and Torp don't have a lot of time left. I don't know if they've purchased a defuse kit. If not, I don't know where it is. If they have, I don't know where it is. Torp gets 1, gets 2. Nicely done. But that's all he'll be able to do, and he doesn't even have enough time to go for defuse anyway. And actually, Germany have to buy armor now. They lost every single player to that bomb explosion. So 12-4. It's a good start for Germany this half.
They just got to take it 1 round at a time, to be honest, and just they're a lot well behind, to be honest. So that's the only thing they can do. And Spain, obviously, forced by in here to put pressure onto Germany's economy if they do try and actually succeed in winning this round. So big round here for Germany. Needs to take this.
Then it's going for that mid-control. Gets the first frag once more. He's doing a good job as the entry fragger for Germany on the T side. And Godby's making sure that nobody pushes from vents at the same time with that UMP. It's a false buy, though, from Spain. We've got a scout on top, a couple of armors, and Alex with a 5-7. But it seems like Germany have things under control. No surprises here from the Spanish CT side. And I think once Germany starts to build up a bit of confidence on the T side, we might see ourselves with a pretty close map.
Yeah, indeed. They've just got to clean this up now and not make any mistakes. It's 5v3 situation here. They've just got to make sure they pick up this round and try and get back to 12-6 and have a game on our hands really well. They're still quite far behind, even if they do pick up this round, which they should do, which they will do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, just no mistakes now. Don't be careless. We've seen it plenty of times, especially with Norway. When they went over cocky against like Glocks and stuff. Do you remember that 5-man that?
Yeah.
That Benji got a 5-man.
Yeah.
For Bosnia. So they can't let the momentum kind of switch in such a stupid like situation to happen. So they just need to be careful. Make sure they clean up this round. Get some money behind them.
Yeah. I'm just taking a look at the kills here, and I noticed that like Dennis started picking up a lot more T side kills, while Nex is doing a lot less on the T side. Just looking at the graphs showing people, but I think Dennis will be the catalyst for Germany on this T side. He needs to find those entries, and he needs to be on form and winning those 1 versus 1s and towards the sites. It's a full eco though from the CTs. They've grouped up at mid. It's dangerous, really dangerous for Germany if they fall into the trap of that stack and lose a couple of weapons. So Germany has to stay together, take it nice and easy, keep long distances from the angle. Sirison needs to stay back. I don't know why he's pushing like this. This makes it really easy for Spain to set up a crossfire on him with those loads of different angles in checkered and in the B site. The rest of the Ts are getting ready to move towards the A site. So even if they do lose Sirison, it's not much of an issue, just an AK-47 given away. And he's going to go into the stacked B site. I think the CTs are thinking it's a B push. However, Mixwell has the information, so they probably will try and kill Sirison, pick up that AK-47 and save it.
Yeah, that's probably what Dragunov's going to try and achieve here, to be honest. And yeah, that was a decent flank there by Sirison to kind of like give control of the A bomb site for the other 4 Germans and pick up this round, to be honest. But Dragunov does actually lose that AK. Mixwell does pick up Tony from 3v2.
This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. They're going towards the bomb.
GOB is.
GOB's really far away. Oh my goodness, he's actually going to go for the defuse. He's got an AK-47 as well. GOB. Oh, he's thrown away the round. They've just lost an eco round against Spain. Disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. GOB's going to pop out. Lowell will take care of him. The bomb's defused anyway.
What has just happened there? I just said they can't make any mistakes. Got away and they just... I don't know. This is like... That's really, really bad play, to be honest, in my opinion. It's really bad play for like... Yeah, for like such high-level players. Like, that's just simple textbook stuff there, to be honest, and they've just thrown that round away really badly.
Yep, huge shame. Germany, though, the bomb plant, still have money for a full buy with utility, but you can't give away any more rounds. Not at this stage, not when it's 13-5. And also, the Spanish have been able to afford the AWP on the 4th round as well, due to that round win, and quite a lot of utility, and their economy is pretty good due to the fact that they saved that AK-47 on Dragunov. So, disastrous by Germany, and that could be one of the final nails on the coffin of this map. And I think they need a restart, Germany. They need to sit down and talk and see what went wrong with Cash.
Indeed, it's not been very good at all. This is not the Germany that I expected to turn up, to be honest. And already he has turned into a 5v3 here. Dragunov with that up. We've seen him on the first half, how good he's been, to be honest. He's on 21 frags now, and that's really, really good for him.
Yep. Well, Tony and Dennis are down. They've lost their entry. And, I mean, I think GOB made the call to hunt down that AK-47 far too early. They should have stayed on the A site and played it safe, played it passive. And again, you think they're playing passive. I think Germany are playing way too aggressive. Okay, maybe they're doing ecos and whatnot on the CT side, but they're playing way too aggressive. It's just too obvious, and it's costing them rounds on the CT and now on the T side as well. Moving in towards the A site here. It's pretty heavily defended by 4 Spaniards actually. Well, 3 now as Sirison gets the entry. Lowell with the return. And oh my goodness, Top Mixwell with a kill each, just at exactly the same time. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. They didn't even allow them to get the bomb plant. 14-5 is the scoreline. It looks like Spain are going to pick the first map quite easily against Germany, and we do have an upset on our hands at the moment. This is a best of 3. There is still hope for the Germans, but as it is, it looks like Spain are just that much better.
Yeah, indeed. Spain not getting off to a good start here. If they do indeed pick this first map up, they're looking extremely strong. Obviously, 1 map away. And remember, if anyone doesn't actually know, this is actually kind of knockout game. Whoever wins this game, best of 3, actually goes to the LAN qualifiers next week in Serbia. So Spain have only been 1 map away from achieving that and knocking out Germany. It's kind of like an all or nothing match.
It is, exactly. And just a quick reminder, guys, you can book your tickets for the LAN finals between October the 8th and the 12th at e-frag.net/tickets. Or you can go on the website and click the ticket button on the top bar. And make sure that if you're not at the event, you will be watching it in the comfort of your home on eFrag TV and eFrag TV2 here on Hitbox. A big thank you to them, and a big thank you to our sponsors, eSport Gaming and G2A as well. GOB with an entry onto mid. It's a good return. They have an opportunity with mid control to do quite a bit. They have to both be careful, though. Nobody's checking mid. They're assuming that if they've thrown a smoke there, Top is not going to pop out. Mixwell takes down Sirison. They're being shot from behind here, but GOB takes down Top. Not a bad round so far here for GOB. Next gets a frag on Alex, and the A site's completely open. Dragunov now on his own, deciding to save that up. So a nice turn of events here for Germany, but maybe it's a round too late. 14-5, 1 mistake, and it's overtime. 2 mistakes, and it's all over.
Yeah, indeed, and Spain are pausing here, maybe a technical issue here, but money on Spain isn't the best in the world, to be honest. I'm not sure what exactly they're going to do. They might just go for like pistols and armor and like make sure they have a proper buy into round 22. But yeah, Germany needs to keep as many people alive as possible here. Not make that mistake when Spain recon and just lose, throw away around. To be honest, so.
I mean, I think honestly, Spain's map. I think, okay, number one, I think it's probably something to do with GG bots. Now let me look at the scoreline. Right, Dragunov, Lowell. Okay, not Lowell's not GG bots. Mixwell and Torp. I think that Spain's one of their strongest maps is Cache, and that needs to be vetoed every single time. If you do play against Spain, if Spain goes to the LAN, teams should be vetoing Cache, because Spain beat Netherlands on Cache, and now are beating Germany on Cache. So it seems like it's one of their stronger maps at the moment.
Epsilon, teams like Epsilon and Existence, they really favour Cache as well, as I know from experience anyway. So Spanish people seem to love a bit of Cache. They'll be happy enough to keep that in the pool. And I remember Existence at iSeries, they always had Cache. They always picked it every time which Lel was in. None of these other guys were in, like Flippin and obviously Muzzaban won, all them kind of players. So yeah, Spanish people just seem to favour that map, to be honest, and they obviously picked this map as well. So yeah, you can see why they picked it.
Indeed. So I mean, the interesting thing to note is that Germany had a pretty good campaign in their group stage. They beat everybody except Finland and Russia. Finland and Russia, they lost against Russia 16-14, and they lost against Finland 16-10. So they've had a good group, and I think they're first seed in their group, Germany, because all of them had the same amount of points, and I don't know how they calculated it, but they ended up coming out on the top. And bearing in mind that all the German lineups that have played so far have not exactly been their strongest lineups. I mean, this looks like the strongest lineup simply because they've got Gob B, the Mousesports in-game leader, and he should be a game changer, just like Existence was a game changer for Belgium when he joined their side.
Yeah, we've seen how good Belgium actually were. But saying that, when Existence didn't play against Sweden,
they were still great.
They were awesome, man. Like, they really turned up in that game once beating Exist was playing, JW, like 16-5, and that's a massive achievement. I mean, that's just really good.
Yep.
Interesting to see the lineup if they do qualify for LAN. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Belgium do win their round of 16 match, who they're going to be sending. I'm sure Existence and Scream will be part of that lineup. Nice movement there by Tony, but they don't check the corner. Next gets the return frag. They have to be careful here on this force buy. Don't want to be shocked by another eco just like they were a couple of rounds ago. They're taking it nice and easy and nice and late as well. 35 seconds left on the clock is when they've made their move onto the B site. And I think the CT should go for it right now, try and hurt their economy as much as possible, maybe even pick up a round, and they're going to find themselves an AK-47 on... Actually, I think it's an AWP that Dragunov has picked up from Tony, and an AK-47. They didn't have an AWP. Where did he get the AWP from? Was that saved?
He saved it.
I'm so clueless at the moment. He just saved it. All right, fair enough. So that's the AWP saved. They picked up the AK-47 that Tony had, and they're deciding to save those two weapons as well. Alex Scott CZ should go for it, to be honest, and just kind of have a really aggressive position. For the exit frags, maybe pick himself a weapon as well. So Spain's economy could be nice and dandy for the next round. But Germany make it 14-7. They're now half of the score that Spain has. They've still got another 7 rounds to go. And it'll be a long journey with no mistakes if Germany want to come back. They've done a good job dropping the AK and make sure that Alex doesn't get anything. I think Dragunov will just get away with that AWP. But they can go for a full buy anyway. They've got quite a bit of money, the Spaniards.
Yeah, they saved that round just getting pistols and armor like I thought they would do, and now they're going to get a proper... No? They get an eco again. Yeah, pistols and armor again. Basically
That's
double
interesting.
Eco, so...
That's interesting.
Yeah, they might go for a double AWP setup here. Interesting to see.
Nice smoke. I think the Spaniards are not doing too bad with their utility on this map. You can see that they know
rounds to play for, you know.
And the thing is, you can see that they know how to play this map. They look very fluid in their movements and the way they rearrange themselves. Basically, their reactions to the movements that they see from the Germans. Pretty good. Mixwell tries to pop flash himself out, but it's not a good pop flash. Saracen is complete and utterly unflashed. He gets the frag, but there's a return from Dragunov. Smart play. He checks mid. They are pushing mid. And the B side at the moment. Top now on his own with the scout. Lands one shot. There's a Molotov coming to burn him. And Gob B will make short work of him. Bomb's going to be planted now on the B site. And it should be yet another round for Germany. 14-8 will be the scoreline. Dragunov trying to keep his hands on that AWP again. And Alex this time hoping for better luck to save that AK-47.
Yeah, saving guns again. Dragunov is more than likely going to save this AWP for the third round in a row now, and he's stacking up a bit of money. He's going to have probably about 6.5K, yeah, but that with an AWP on his back. So yeah, Spain are going to have decent money now going into the next 2 to 3 rounds. Even if they do lose the next round, they're probably going to be able to buy again because of how many rounds they've lost in a row.
Yeah, second map's going to be Dust 2, which was Germany's pick. Any thoughts about that, Neil?
I think that's gonna be a close game. I think, to be honest, looking at this game, if Spain do take this, it's very fast kind of map. This is a lot of middle control again. You'll see for Germany. I watched Germany against Finland and Dust 2. They lost 16-10 on that, so you maybe could see a massive upset and 2-0 to Spain, to be honest.
And the thing is, the third map doesn't look too great for Germany either. Cobblestone. We've seen too many underdog wins on that map. Too many.
Guppy's very smart with motorsports anyway, it seems, but we've got to see what happens if it even gets to that stage. Germany really got to start picking it up now. They have started to pick it up now 3 rounds in a row, so maybe start with a mini comeback here.
We do see the double AWP setup, as you mentioned earlier, Neil. Dragunov and Mixwell both with the AWP. They tried to go for a boost on the top. Dennis doesn't find the head. Should have made that frag though. However, it's still 5 against 5. 1 minute left on the clock, and the utility is running out for the CTs. No more smokes, just flashes if they want to play for retakes on either of the sides. I'm not too happy with this positioning here by Mixwell. He's moving around a bit too much. He has to be careful. At any moment, he could get caught with his pants, down. And then they've got an easy access to the A site, but now he's holding a spot on main. It's a good idea. He's got his teammate checking Squeaky. I think Lowell's going to be concentrating on mid for now, but he can always turn and support him. And there'll be mid control coming from Germany. Low in a nice position to take out Dennis. There's another frag by Alex to support as he takes down Tony. They're looking for the entry. Mixwell goes down here, and Germany have access to the A site. Don't know if they're going to get the bomb planted though, as the Spaniards are very fast in the retake. Next though, doubling up on mid, getting that frag on Lowell, and very important. And he's going to push forward as well. Flashed by his teammates, however. Not the best of chemistry. And he takes down Torp, and that's just fantastic.
Shots there.
Fantastic
shot
by
Nex, yeah.
That's exactly what they need at the moment. Another triple for Nex. Very nicely done. And they need Nex to be like this at the moment. They need Nex to start finding those headshots and dominating the Spanish players if Germany will have a chance at coming back on this map. Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the next frag was so important there. Lel took out his nade when he was gonna kill. Like, he could have easily killed Nex before he even got that free mana. For the next kill here is gonna win the round. Then Nex just went absolutely sick with them headshots. So yeah, it looked like that round was gonna go to Germany, but it has gone to them, and that's 4 rounds in a row now for them.
Not bad. Looking better, making it look more of a T-sided map, as we mentioned earlier. They're finding more success on this side, and I want to look at the scores next now with 18 frags. Dennis has slowed down at the beginning when I was mentioning he's really important. When he's only picked up a frag from then, so it's not been the best of rounds. Dragunov whiffing his shot. Next will find the entry. Seems like he's starting to take the burden of this match on his shoulders. Good smokes here by the terrorists, allowing them to get control of checkers. And Torp is going to be waiting for that B push. Not a lot of information here by the CTs. They don't know where the terrorists are. You can see that they've only got 2 players on the B side. They've got mid control, so they should see any movements from there. And with that CT smoke, it's going to be pretty obvious what the Germans are trying to do. Torp still in the site now. Does considerable damage on Dennis. Completely flashed. I don't know who threw that flash. It seemed like a terrorist flash from the GoTV, but it must have been a CT one. Torp picking up 2 frags from that position. Lowell's going to get 2 as well. And Germany are completely destroyed here on the B side, and it looks like it's all over for Cash. 15-9 is the scoreline, and that was a fantastic B hold. And Neil, tell me your comments about that. I mean, I'll tell you mine first. They were too slow. It looked too obvious when they threw that CT smoke, and they just stayed back and they didn't push, and they got scared. Dennis got flashed and backed away. It looked like it was just pandemonium on the B site.
Yeah, I'm not sure who'd shoot that flash for Germany. It was definitely one of the German players, but it seemed like they were stuck in that B kind of area, and they couldn't really get any access into B site. Great play by Lowell and Thorpe though, with 3-piece for Lowell, 2-piece for Thorpe to really hold that down in such an important round. But yeah, it was shambles there for Germany, to be honest.
Tony with the entry on Dragunov. Well, getting confident, trying to pop flash, but no one's going to be on the other side of that flash. Germans are getting ready for an A push. They're coming in from short as well. Both Spanish players in the site are protected, but not for long as Dennis pushes forward. Gets a very nice angle. They line up for him, and oh, that is fantastic. Good spray down by him, even though he was pretty badly flashed. And he's going to find the third. And there you have it. Dennis securing that round for Germany. There's still an opportunity for overtime at the moment. There's only 5 rounds difference, and we saw that Germany can get 5 rounds in a row.
Oh yeah, it's the chance here, and Spain are going to be equal here, so Germany only need about 2 to 3 proper gun rounds here, so that's not hard at all to be done, to be honest. Once you get a lot of momentum, we've seen Spain pick up 12 rounds on their terrorist half, so it's interesting to see if Germany can pick this up. I think this would have been Germany's game if they didn't lose that really bad eco where Gobbi... No, that you know that eco...
Yeah, that horrible anti-eco where Gobbi was so far away from the site, yeah.
Yeah, I think this would have been a completely different game, to be honest, but this is the present here, and we see 15-10.
It's really weird to see these kind of mistakes from such high caliber players, from such high level players.
Definitely, man, yeah.
Next
this is a lot cleaner eco round anyway. It seems like all 5 of Germany's players are going to stay alive and take this to 15-11. And I think what Spain should do is try and take a bit of middle presence, try and get some map control, maybe double push door, do something that's like that will catch Germany off guard and get that opening pick to really slow down the pace for Germany, not giving them that smoothness of getting opening frags. As you've seen, Nex has picked up a 4-piece a few rounds ago. Dennis has picked up a quick 4-piece as well. So they're really starting to get into the game now, so they've got to finish this off quickly before this gets into overtime.
Yeah, Nex has really started to power that massive German machine. Dennis as well's picking up frags. He's had 5 in the last 2 rounds. However, I mean, as soon as they lose those entries, it seems like the German side breaks down. If they don't get the entries, if they don't get the first 3 frags, they're almost hopeless in the mid and late game situations. And I just have a feeling they need to stick together, make the trades, and just play very simple T-side CS at the moment. They're holding the B halls here. Dennis with a triple kill. Nicely done by him as he takes out the 3 CTs pushing halls. Tony's going to make short work of Alex, and it's an easy anti-eco once more for Germany. And Spain, they're working on making sure that for the first buy round, they have a very, very good buy. So they've gone for a double eco. And there's still an opportunity now for Germany to get the overtime. As it is, 15-12. And then you've got 3 more rounds. One of them, if they win one, one's going to be an eco. If they... Yeah, so basically 2 buy rounds left in this half for Germany to win.
Yeah, basically 2. And good play. Good decision, I mean, by Spain to kind of double eco here, not force themselves, not do a Belarus on it, I'll say, because I've seen Belarus do that in 2 games and it cost them games. So yeah, good decision here by Spain. Off on Dragunov. We've seen how much damage he did on that terrorist half with that gun. So now it's time for them to finish this off. This is the chance to just finish this, I think. They really have to.
Yeah, guys, just a quick reminder. You can check out tickets at e-frag.net/tickets. And also the jerseys at shop.e-frag.net. The LAN final is between October the 8th and 12th. It's going to be an absolutely massive event. 16 teams from all over the world playing for $100,000. Travel and accommodation paid for. It's a 200K event. And it's going to be a fast day executing here from Germany. They're changing things around. Alex, though, has got a lot of information. This could be the game changer for Alex. Nobody's holding the flank. Tony's going to go down. They know he's coming up from behind, though. Gobbi's turning around, but it's not the right moment to do that. He gets the entry on Mixwell, being pushed by Alex. He picks up another frag. He's dropped the bomb, and he's also going to look for a third. Absolutely fantastic play from Alex. And that's just Dennis on his own now in a 1 versus 3. And a simple mistake by Germany has cost them the first map. I can't believe my eyes. 16-12 is the scoreline of the first map. And we have ourselves a very interesting best of 3.
Yeah, I'm delighted to see that they actually did do that free middle kind of stuff. Took some map control, realised they didn't hear anything in Germany, did the anti-boost. They thought they had a bit of pressure, like as in like they had a bit of room to actually do that boost, and it worked out perfectly. Alex did pick up a 4-piece at the end there, so yeah, great play for Spain to finish that off.
Yeah, absolutely excellent by them. And well, we'll be back with Dust 2 in couple of moments, so make sure you don't miss this best of 3. It's looking like a very, very interesting one.